Alrighty, my brothers. Alright, first we're gonna talk about the compositions, right? So, one, we go for Edward Gaming. I wonder if Edward is actually watching how the Edward Gaming players are playing the game. That Edward, you know, probably also likes to play. So, it's actually a very interesting composition on this map. This is the first time we actually see it in Tier 1 esports, right? And you can see that you have two, let's say, controllers but slash sentinels. So it's like a semi 2-2 split. I'm gonna explain what I mean. So you have, in theory, right, the main smoker's Astra. This is smokes. Like, this is main smokes. This is Astra, right? But she only has 2 smokes. Remember about that, right? Typically, because if you want to play more than 2 smokes, well, then you don't use either a stun or a pull, right? But then comes in the Viper, which is the secondary smoker, right? Very similar to Bind, and that's very much awesome because you're able to control so much space on the defense with so many one ways, with so many possibilities of retaking with the wall as well. It's very creative what you can do with Viper on this map, but you can never play her alone on this map on a professional level because it's just not good enough. There's not enough space for her to be effective, you know? And this is why I like the combination of the Astra and Viper. Astra is very important on this map as well when it comes to like just the range. The range on this map is so important when it comes to utility. You can be on B side and help A side. Like the rotations. Sorry, let me rephrase. It's very important that Astra is able to do that because the rotations on this map are actually insanely long. And like we're probably gonna talk about the rotations as well. Because it's very important to show you something. I'm gonna show it on Valorant because why not? When you approach Pearl, right? Let's draw the rotations, right? Let's say someone is on B side. He needs to like do this, or he needs to do essentially this, right? Actually, I fucked. This is this one. Sorry. Dude, I have an epic pen, but I'll use the Valorant tool. Lul. Stupido lotar. No. I want to have just normal. Hello? What the fuck? Alright, fuck it. I'm just gonna use epic pen. So you have a rotation that goes like this. You have a rotation that goes like this, right? And both of those are very long. Right, so if you're playing on B side, this is like 15 to 20 seconds. Like that's a lot, right? Other rotation would be like you go exactly like this, but you go from mid, which is actually, this one is faster than this one. Like, wait, we're gonna use different colors. So yellow is like 15-20 seconds, you know, depending on how you run and how you're allowed to run. Then blue is like around 15 max, right? And then pink is the fastest one. Like you can jump over like this, or you just run over like that, right? And then essentially you can be below 15 here. So this is probably closer to 20, 15, and 10. But you can see how important those rotations are when it comes to like mid control. Because essentially if you have a lurker on mid as an attacker, you can cut off the fastest rotation from B. But you also have a lot of info if someone is taking the blue rotation. This is why mid control on this map is so important for the attackers. In my eyes, this map is very similar to how Split has been not designed, but the way it was played. Because in theory, this map is heavily defender based, but it all depends on the attacking team. It's like in card games when you have a matchup. But it all comes down if the pilot of one deck actually knows how to play the matchup. And it is the same with Split, it's the same with Pearl. If the team that is attacking actually knows how to attack well and has good plan on map control and execution, then the attackers are actually favored, in my eyes. You know, that's my opinion. But they will be favored on this map. But if there are clueless monkeys, then the defenders will have the easiest time of their life playing on this map, because it's very easy to control this map if you know what you're doing as well, but it's less demanding than actually attacking, you know? Yo, Epsilon, thank you much for the 14 months. Welcome back, broski. Thank you so much for the ongoing support. Morning to you as well, my brother. So yeah, we're gonna talk more about this when we have specific plays. So that's just the controllers, right? And then we have on top of that a sentinel with one trap, which is the chamber. Not the best, you know, map control, but the guy is still fucking broken. So not surprised that you want to have a guy that delivers at least one free operator per map, per half, and has the ability to just pop off on 50s. But then at the second time, you have like a Viper that is also Sentinel here. This is why I like this combo, because Viper serves two purposes. She's a Sentinel, right? / controller. And she's able to essentially glue this team together with those three characters, which is very nice. And then you have the standalones, essentially, which are the initiators. I don't like the fact that this composition doesn't have any mobility, because I do think that attacking A side requires mobility. B side, not that much. But A side, if you want to go through, like, you know, main, then benefiting from mobility is actually huge. And with this kind of composition, EDG's plan is just brute forcing the way by using just normal utility, right? A pop flash, or maybe a support flash over the wall, like here, you know. Maybe we're gonna see just a 5-man push with the ultimate from KO. We're gonna maybe see like nobody doing the ultimate, and then on top of that, we're gonna just use whatever we can with the mollies to check corners, and that's about it. Like, it's gonna be very static to some degree if we're not gonna see actual plans on executing, right? But if they have plans on executing, I'm gonna close the doors in a moment. If we're gonna actually see plans of executing, then I'm assuming that a very high value that the utility for the execute that will find the utility that will find value for the executes are actually the seizes, the fragments, and the snake bites. Like, those three will be key pieces for a push, because you need to check corners, and those three ones are actually able to like either be comboed together or used separately to check corners. And then Astra, like, it all depends on context and on the plans that they have, but you can also combo the gravity well. You can combo that with all of those three pieces that I mentioned before. So there's a lot of possibilities when it comes to like just comboing together. I don't like the fact that though that we played Fade. We play Fade here and we don't have a raise, right? Like, that's like putting a raise instead of KO here is like the most obvious one. And I think if you have a good raise, that would probably make the overall flexibility of this composition way stronger. But I do know that they value just KO a lot because the denial is just so big. On this map, if you can deny utility like skillfully, then you have so much map control suddenly, you know? So yeah, I feel like right now, metagame on Pearl, I mean, not right now, in overall, I think metagame on Pearl is super open and teams can play whatever they want as long as they have a plan. And I'm sure that EDG has a plan because they have no duelists and for sure have certain executes in their heads if they play like this. And then PRX, they have the Fade Raze combo, which I very much like. The Astra Soul Smoker is the Astra, right? And that might be an issue. We'll see how much will be how much of the focus will be on them on controlling mid, because if you want to control mid, then you don't really have smokes to do passages, right? You cannot smoke like really this. You cannot smoke this. Smoking this is also like a little bit awkward because you need 2 smokes when you're entering sites. So maybe then the smokes will be more based on like entries. Like maybe smoking just entrance to just leak onto site may be more important. Like, it really depends. Also, remember that they don't have flashes because they have a fucking Sage. It's also an interesting choice, one that I personally dislike. It's very similar for me as on Fracture. it's cool that you have Sage. You can use the wall for the first 35 seconds on defense and be like, yeah, this is like covered for now. But if the opposing team will be realizing that the opponents are using the wall at the beginning of the round, then they will just either quickly destroy it, right? Or you just wait and play default. And I think playing default against PRX is the best thing that you can do. So you literally can just funnel them because of the Sage wall. Because let's say that Davai will, let's say, use the Sage wall on double doors, right? That will be his play. Or on A main, right? If he does on A main or on double doors, okay, let's make one example. Let's say he walls out double doors. Then you play default and you just hold A main, art, and like B long from here, right? And then suddenly you have a higher concentration of forces on those angles, and PRX is very prone to overpeaking. So yeah, maybe that will be just an easier way of EDG punishing PRX. And the lack of flashes is actually a terrible thing, because how do you play against an operator on this map? Like, what do you do? What do you do with this kind of composition? Like, what the hell? There's nothing. You can just jiggle peek and boombot, but boombot on long B doesn't work, and the prowler doesn't have the range to meet a guy on backside B. So you have to just use your smoke, and then Chamber can reposition because the motherfucker is very mobile. So you're like, it's gonna be tough in my eyes for PRX to counter an operator, and I feel like a win condition for EDG would be on defense, trying to even play like abundance of operators, right? Even maybe double ops when the Chamber has an ultimate, and abusing that. And also on attack, just playing default to punish the PRX over aggression, you know? Why not Jet though? Because Jet instead of Raze has less combos. Like Raze with Fade is just nuts, you know? That's about it. And yes, worth mentioning that EDG are playing with a sub because Life, who would be playing instead of Smoggy, has COVID and was just not feeling good to a degree that he wasn't able to play, you know, which is very sad. All right.
Already 5 seconds into the pistol round, and PRX looking like they want to send things.
So PRX, look at this. This is very interesting. One, we don't have a fucking chamber trap being put on defense. That is so interesting. And because of that, one player is stationed in double doors, right? Because if we had like a chamber trap here, then this Fade would have been more would be just having more freedom, right? Where did she use the eye, by the way?
We're all of it mixed up with Smoggy coming into the mix.
Okay, so look at the opening play by PRX. Now it's barely visible because the round started early, and we're literally 4 seconds into the round when we see the first screen. So what PRX did is they do a dagger from Art and a haunt from Art as well, which is weird because for me, this showcases aggression on mid that they want to push out, but those angles are not good for them, like at all. And also they sacrifice just 2 pieces of utility that are, you know, getting info in the same spot. Like, interesting, because using this kind of utility on B-Link here would be, in my eyes, to open aggression, but it seems like they're not even close to being aggressive, so this is just like an abundance of utility, maybe as a fake push on mid, you know?
Well.
Yeah, EDG, sorry, not PRX, EDG. My bad.
And starting things off, I mean, we're already 5 seconds into the pistol round, and PRX looking like they want to send things.
Defensive Viper wall to stop the initial push, but not stop the entire post plant if the Viper is like active.
Yeah.
Oh, there's also the smoke here. Okay, so the wall. Okay, now they know it's on the right side.
Viper Orb just stopping them in their tracks for but a moment at a late lurk.
2 smokes already used on site, by the way.
Space is still gained as well, you can see.
So now this smoke is being used by the defensive Astra on Art, which is a good smoke, by the way, because it doesn't fucking leak, as you can see here. Well, it like leaks a little bit, but not like much. You know? Oh, see here? It's like semi-okay. Oh, this is gonna be crazy. Oh, Jesus.
Well, yeah, this is going to be a battle being taken. Smoggy, you're getting 3 in the mix. That is just unheard of. They've already locked down just the one extremity. There will not be a spike being planted.
Why this wall like this? Wait. Ah, because she's coming from... No. Wait, that is so awkward.
Yeah, this is going to be a battle being taken.
Okay. Not a fan of this. I understand why, but I'm not a fan of this. So essentially what they do is they do this wall to have contact also on Art and make like a make like a pincer movement. But the problem is that the attackers from Art attacked before this wall was up. So this is like if they wanted it to be more effective, right? Look, those 2 lurkers in Art should be standing here till those attackers are in on the side, because that's like the pressure coming in. So essentially, when you do this wall here, right, you're taking space on the map first, on the side first. You do the wall, and then you go left, and this is the moment where the wall is up, where those players from A, I'm gonna go Art. And you need to push out of the smoke of Art, but not first. And when you pay attention to how it's actually played out, the players from Art are pushing before. See? So the players from side, they don't have contact.
A battle being taken, Smoggy. You're getting 3 in the mix.
And that's like it's very slightly off. Very slightly off. Literally just like 1 second. If they would wait 1 more second for the push from the side, that would have probably won this round. Just because of this play. So I like this, but I also dislike it. You know? Like the execution was not the best. But the thing is, you can also do this like a little bit. If you want to do it like this way, with this kind of push. With this kind of push. In this kind of order, then I would have liked the Sage Wall being used like this. Not gonna lie. Like, this would be my preferred choice if the attackers from Art are going first. Because then you can just focus on yourself while attacking A side. You know? Like, you cannot do this because this is just too far away from the entrance. This one is just much easier to do. I don't know. Interesting strats. Like, this is gonna be an interesting match to watch.
They've already locked down just the one extremity. There will not be a spike being planted, not just yet. Left down to Benkai. That 1v3.
He's worried about a flank, but flanks on Pearl are so difficult. It's a long way to push all the way down mid or out from B and come behind.
I don't agree at all with Sideshow here. I think flanking on this map is actually relatively easy.
From Smoggy coming in as the substitute, picking off 3 with a ghost to start. You can tell EDG have got the talent. Here comes Benkai, gonna have to take a duel against nobody to cross this angle.
I was aware that there was a player ready and waiting, bit of a noise bait.
20
seconds to work within the round.
And nobody's gone back to check.
No, wait, who was saying that? Bren? No, that was Bren, not Sideshow, right?
That's been sown. You're right, Josh. 10 openings here. It all comes down to this fight.
Well, it doesn't matter. One of them said that. I really don't agree with it. I think lurking on this map is actually relatively easy when it comes to duration. What is difficult on it is getting the actual control and avoiding the opposing, flanking. Lurking is the attackers, flanking is the defenders. So flanking from the defenders is actually relatively easy when it comes to the timing. What is the problem is to get it done without being like killed.
And they clearly have talented players, but there's just still so many question marks.
Then it's difficult, no? Yeah, but that you can say the same about every map. You know?
Win. Sets him off on a beautiful start.
Okay, so this is the combo with the C's and the nade, but a little bit mistimed.
Util combo. You can see that was the C's into the fragment.
And then the dagger catches Forsaken off. Okay, the trap is default ranked trap from the chamber, and then default positioning of chamber on long as well. This is very ranked like for now. Apart from the Viper wall, no one on ranked uses this Viper wall. Motherfuckers will probably use it on the site as well. Standard play here for now. The scene. This is one of the smokes that I was talking about. Like they use. This is very obvious on what you're trying to do. Like the attackers now are using a smoke to make sure they can focus into B connector. Like this. So they can push into this position. Now the problem is this is very obvious, right? So if you're doing like this, now this is gonna be like so easy to read.
Cutting
But
up the angles though, it's PRX. We're taking names, players cutting.
why are we crouching? Why are we crouching against this?
Pushed away their preparation too much.
Players cutting up the angles though, it's PRX. We're taking names, taking weapons as well, working away into that alleyway. They are contained though. Bit of damage being done. Pulled apart, it feels
Yeah, guys, my friends.
middle area because they know exactly
Never stop running against opponents like this, you know?
Spectre in his hands. Okay, needs to watch for that. He heard. Obviously, that rendezvous in play for
Yeah, but the flank
right to the top side of things.
went in. It's 2v1, 14 HP. He gets the plant. It's already a win.
But Forsaken,
Yeah?
I just don't see a way that he's going to be able to win.
Okay.
There's 0 bullets in the headhunter.
Oh, I don't like this at all. I really don't like this at all. He knew that he had a chance of planting because of the way that Viper killed already someone on mid. This was like 100% plant free, just based on the positioning on the map after getting the kills. And this might not even get him a plant.
Not really a safe plant position either.
Yeah.
See all the noise that he's making. That's a cleanup.
Yeah, he didn't have a gun. He had 14 HP. Insanely low chance of like winning a gunfight. Planting there was 100% the better play. You know?
Such an unfair characterization of this team. Nobody in particular has been extremely impressive when I've been watching him in terms of how he positions himself and how he takes fights.
And I couldn't agree more with that.
All right.
There's Kanka.
Again, the same default positioning by EDG on defense. Exactly the same.
Getting into it and picking up an operator.
Up close position there. Into the pocket has to be cleared out with the Prowler.
So, okay. So essentially what they do is also a very ranked thing to do when it comes to Jets. Like this attacking smoke here allows them to cross onto the console. I don't know how to call it. Let's call it console. Without being spotted from the operator. But remember the duration of the fake is very short.
Position there.
So, like as you can see, only one player. Only one. Fuck me, man. Like this is so ineffective. Only one player actually crept. So like crept by. So yeah, this is pretty ineffective. But the plan is there. Yo. Compass. Oh shit! Wait, two people. Wait, lady who sings the blues. Thank you very much for the 15 months. Welcome back. Welcome back, member. Thank you very much for the ongoing support. How you doing, lady? And then we have Compass Schodl. Thank you so much for the prime. Welcome back. 4 months now. Wait. I'm not gonna lie. I can't remember that I've ever read your nickname out. Is this your first time like subbing yourself, my friend? If it is, would be awesome if you could introduce yourself.
Has to be cleared out with the Prowler. It's not gonna spot him out. Off to the side, this angle it needs to be watched for.
Oof. Right between the nipples.
Step now to Util. Slow being.
What the fuck am I witnessing, man? What? They have an eye. They have a grenade. They have a satchel. They know the chamber is on site.
Sent through a bit of a jump peek, but that was a jump peek from Forsaken.
He's so aggressive.
Shot still being found, and yeah,
What the fuck did I just witness?
The positionings that he's taking, he's gonna...
My friends, you know what I will say.
You don't expect those risky plays. These guys are
What
top of it all.
the fuck did I just witness?
Yeah,
dude.
And Kankang's picking him off.
I mean, an absurd performance. Absolutely
Yeah,
absurd
dude.
performance. Bonus round gonna be secured.
PRX just not disciplined as always. I love this team. I love the players, but man, the lack of the discipline is just crazy, man. Why are you doing this? You have so much utility, man.
But he's so aggressive and active. I think the
Weirdest entry by Chamber. This is not an entry, by the way. This is just a jiggle peek. You know? Like, that's the problem, you know? Like, it's if you would peek, like, he even sets up the anchor. Look. He has the anchor set up. Where is it? Here. You see this? This is an anchor. But the problem is, then he jumps up and tries to jump peek. But you cannot use the TP when you're jump peeking. So, if he wanted to get the info where the chamber is, right, it would have been better for him to try just to short swing and just maybe even TP out to bait the bullet out. You know? Like, you cannot jump while playing chamber when you have an anchor used, because you cannot just, you literally cannot TP when you're in air, you know? Like, very weird behavior.
He averages 20 bop it up.
Really know how to work around this one now, because with Kankang operator in his hands, honestly, the most logical sense is going to be that he's playing towards that B site, that really long sightline angle.
Yeah.
So how do you offset that? How do you play around that?
And I think that's quite different.
I wouldn't like a shoulder swing as well. I would just like a short swing with a bullet and then TP out instantly to bait out the reaction from the other chamber again. You know?
We've seen other teams, you know, or we're expecting other teams to
Retake Viper Wall on B side. Again, the same utility being used by PRX in defense, which has so far not find a lot of value.
We only have pistols this round, but that's my point exemplified there. Pushing back the Opera at B.
I don't know, man.
Of course,
that is just ego.
Round, but that's my point
that is just there. Ego talking through Forsaken, man. He knows there's an operator on B, and he takes the first contact. You can say, it's an eco, doesn't matter that much, right? But the thing is, you got the informations that the chamber is playing on B. That's the default spot. He was playing there for so far 3 rounds, right? You can make the assumption that he's going to be playing there another round. So if you ever want to catch the operator off guard, then you need to lurk on him. And you can only lurk on him if the other members of the team are doing pressure to make the rotations happen. And Forsaken here just headbutts in and just gets out hardwood because the guy has an operator.
In this half, yeah.
You know?
Map as well. A lot of
I really don't like that.
You've got to be clearing out, making sure that you are showing a lot of discipline when it comes to clearing out these areas.
Another little element of this area of the map too. You can see as PRX try to pop in here. There's so many different trap plays.
Really nice counter spells by EDG. Like the moment you can see, like there's the flash coming in from Smoggy. It's a left click. You can literally see it right here, right? And it doesn't make a sound yet. You know, like that's very important. Like it's not making a sound yet.
You can see as PRX try to.
You can. Wait, I'll show you.
Another little element.
Like this, the flash starts making a sound here. This is where it starts making a sound. And you have time to react. It's actually a little bit too far away because it doesn't flash the people at odd. When you think about it, this is actually a huge mistake. Interesting. Like the flash is definitely too deep. But yeah. But in general, I like the way that this is being planned because it's like both teams are counterplaying them, counterspelling the other utility by using their own utility. And then you can see like the stun here as well. So This just ruined the entire push here.
They can still get flanked through that mid to A connector.
Pivoting, but the trademark's still up.
Util trades? Yeah, but I like saying counterspelled a lot more because... Oh god. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, 6 seconds gone.
Okay, still. Hang wishes to take a bit of a fight there, even against better judgment, a bit of a push through the...
The fact that Haodong is able to get 3 here is just the redemption of this round. But this is like getting 3 here. This is just lucky. Like the fact that Davai didn't hit him. Look, he's literally crouching. Look at this. Davai shot 2 bullets. 1. He's crouching. 2 bullets. He just missed. If Davai would have, you know, just hit him. Yeah. But the smoke is bad. Yes, of course. The smoke is bad because look how much space it allows. Like this position of the smoke allows Haodong to actually push out because he's closer. You know, it leaks. Yes, of course. That's why he peeked out. You know.
A bit of a push through the smoke. Haodong getting away with 3 there. And
you can already see the talent of these players.
Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! He was like already clicking on the ultimate, man, and because of that, he wasn't ready to shoot again. Unlucky. Plus the confidence to peek full. So the thing is, this smokes gives him that confidence. He wouldn't have that confidence otherwise, you know.
I have never seen a team that has more consistent spray transfers with a Vandal than Edward Gaming. Every single one of these players just feels capable of pulling out some magical moments you only see. That's a rarity in a lot of other regions. But
so let's take a look. PRX, are they able to stop the bleeding here? All of their players up towards a nightfall.
Oh.
Let's take a look. PRX, are they able to stop the bleeding here? All of their players up towards a nightfall.
Oh, I'm not a fan of this ultimate at all. Not a fan. Yeah, I understand that they want to I really understand that they want to put a lot of pressure on Art and the players on 8, but this is like
flash over the top. Nobody's not supportive of it though. It just about fades away. Still Smoggy wants to
no
take
trades set up.
Backed up. Chichu with the spray down. He's grabbing 2. Benkai eventually removing him from the fight, but a bit of timing. Game of cat and mouse around the smokes.
Not a fan. Not a fan because I would like this ultimate if there would be more players coming in from mid. Then I would love it. Because it puts so much pressure through here. But then essentially the defenders have imagine if the defenders are actually pushing this main. They have 3 players. I think the plan was there, but they're going back for some reason.
Flash over the top. Nobody's not supportive of it though. It just about
chaos.
Fades away. Still Smoggy wants to take the fight. In fact, they're being backed up. Chichu with the spray down. He's grabbing 2. Benkai eventually removing him from the
ult for Forsaken. I mean, I said it's for Art, right? So I would love it to have more players to go through Art, but they don't. So it's like
game of cat and mouse around the smokes. Forsaken.
It's just chaos right now.
Removes him from the fight. All
the biggest upside of this ult is not being used, you know?
Haodong looking to try and spot Forsaken. Knew that Forsaken was lurking through this area of the map earlier on.
I mean, those matches are awesome to watch.
3 stars to play with, and Haodong, he's able to get the spray down through the box.
Also, hello, sound.
One of his targets found. Him versus Benkai though. Stars drop down.
That's a great smoke.
Yep.
Countered though.
If you can force, but he knows where the positioning is for both of them now. Sees going to be grabbing onto it. Haodong has no audio cues in the mix. Quick little pop into the Astro form. It's going to be the smoke popped up now. Benkai playing so far back here. That's important to the back, trying to spray through this when he's already got half. Haodong's just going to be sticking this one, and he's got the round.
That's an unbelievable clutch from Haodong.
Remember, guys, what I always say, right? In a clutch, always get a half. Always get a half. And he won. Literally because of that.
Haodong taking it.
Also, I don't understand why is the Fade going for lineup? Look at her position. The guy's already on on the spike, you are smoked off. You don't have to be on that lineup there. Like, it's just useless. It's like literally like with all of those Vipers that were like, oh, wait, I have a fucking lineup. Fuck, I forgot the lineup. And you lost. Like, this is literally them, you know? Like, there's too much focus being put to use a lineup instead of just using the utility through the smoke here.
Sticking this one, and he's got the round.
That's an unbelievable clutch from Haodong. Taking it in a straight-up fight against Forsaken. And then outplaying.
He didn't forget though? Yeah, but the joke was different, you know? It just doesn't matter.
Are on a roll.
W tym nagraniu
Oh my
pokażę
god.
Ci, jak inwestować na giełdzie, nawet jeśli dopiero zaczynasz. Strategia, którą
This
ci
guy has
przedstawię, nie
money
wymaga
tattooed
siedzenia
on his
godzinami
fucking
przed
arm
monitorem.
and is trying to sell me a Ponzi scheme. You are a very trusted person, my friend. I will send you my money to make more money. That makes more sense.
This is so impressive. Look at that spray transfer again.
Yeah.
And something that PRX are so good at is
Good
trading
warning.
each other out in those kind of side of that. They went 3 for 3 in that situation where normally they power through teams.
That's Edward Gaming's play style.
It certainly is.
Wouldn't just be better to throw the eye to his left to offset cost and anything would be better than this. You know?
Scared to commit bodies into the fight. It's the thing that powered them.
The box is still not checked, by the way. The angle of the Prowler wasn't the best.
Focus on the A site right now.
Dude, if Forsaken goes first, I'm gonna be so mad.
Forsaken prodding towards mid, being that lurk player. Here comes Jingo with a showstopper looking to try
Oh, countered!
in the mix. Player.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit. KO goes, press X to counter.
Here comes Jingo with a show.
Rocket gone. Hello, Jing. Lack of an IGL here for PRX that would call this possibility. You know? Like, this is something that you know is gonna happen. Like 100%. So how do you plan around this? You can't go, yeah, I'll just showstopper in. You're getting counted 100%. So this plan, like, you know that the default positioning of the KO for 5 rounds was odd. Pushing A side with a showstopper will just never work in this case. You know, like, it's a very high risk, low reward because, like, you're fucked. And also, you can't push for the Viper stuff because, well, we also have seen this in the past. And the only redeeming quality of this is you're gonna see Davai do the ascent peak with the wall over the smoke on the main. But that's about it.
Showstopper looking to try and clear things in.
Yeah, and now they lose the entry, right? With just... But here's the smoke. Here's Davai with the wait, that mind fruit killed him. For the fucking smoke? Oh my god.
Yeah, completely. Just takes away.
Ah, Benka used the eye to kill him. Okay.
Showstopper, and he still looks down the one angle at Art. Bit of a pop flash play as well, go around the corner. Might even be trying for seconds, but he bides his time. Bit of patient play now. He's managed to push back the offensive.
Okay, so he knows that he's... Well, he can still be on the wall, so you'll never know. Ah, okay, now he knows that he's on the bottom.
I mean, just all of the info about where Davai is playing.
Remember, it doesn't kill at 150 into the legs now, right? Remember that.
Davai's position is known. It has to jiggle it now.
Whoa! That guy got fucked. It was like, what the fuck, man?
What is that?
Goodbye, Mind Freak. That's a slow field drop down, of course.
What is that? Is a synonym of what the fuck for casters, because they cannot say it, you know?
Nerfed in the patch, they were playing out of champs, but I mean, Kangkang's making the agent just look absolutely unbelievable still. Punished in the end.
But yeah, I don't like this at all. He was overconfident. Like, this is like, he's out of the, like, you don't need to take this angle. This is literally, look at this shit. This is so big. Look at the minimap. Look at the fucking minimap right now. We have a player that is playing on the side. And we have a player that is controlling the rotation. It's a 4v2. How can you lose this round? Only by overpeaking. You have them boxed in. This is where they are. The yellow area is, you have 100% certainty those players are in this location. So how do you play this? You play off contact. You play off contact of fade. The chamber, after getting that one kill, just hides in this spot, and the moment those players are getting contact, he peeks. And that's it. You know? And that's literally it. But if he peeks first, then no one can play off contact, and they can be literally just losing this round because of that. This is a very high-risk scenario here.
Absolutely unbelievable still. Punished in the end, though. Slowly walking forward. There isn't going to be a swing just there. Damn it!
Yeah. By the way, I didn't watch this map. I don't know the outcome of the rounds and shit. But this is literally what I am always pissed about. Because players are just overheating for no reason and not playing proper crossfires.
Oh, it's done. Resurrect is online, a bit of consideration before he lets it loose. But
and also PRX, I really like the way they played, because what is very important here, look that Sage is not going first. She is like literally one of the ultimate, right? Is she one? No, she already had the ultimate. So she's not going first, she just trades and then gets it. That's it.
Resurrect is online, a bit of consideration before he lets it loose, but now down to that 2v1. Still time running low, an opportunity for Haodong if he does.
Yeah, get fucked, man.
No stars to pull off the plans.
He might have an amazing timing here. Can he get there in time? No, not quite.
Puts out one, knows the other one's at default.
Ah, nice positioning by PRX. Look at this, look at this. Yeah, how? Don't. Just slightly left. Just let him come. Let him come. Nice smoke. Really like that. But what?
Left in the clip, but eventually shut down, and finally a round on the board here.
Why fake? Just put a normal smoke, man.
Eventually able to make something happen, and the one slip up there for EDG.
The smoke was perfect to counter their positioning. Like, literally the smoke that he did here, right? Is the... No, he has two smokes here, right? I'm not stupid, right? Is it bugged or something? Does he not have a smoke? I'm almost certain. I mean, the HUD shows that he has a smoke, right? Like, the smoke here is literally perfect to counter the double control of PRX. If you just kept this like this, then he has an actual chance of like getting them singled out, you know?
Even one kill. Smoke laid down, sprays it through 9, left in the clip, but eventually shut down, and finally a round on the board here for PRX.
Eventually.
I mean, guys, I know that he did a fake smoke. I'm just surprised that he did a fake smoke. It just kind of makes no sense, you know?
Kang hunting for duels that he doesn't necessarily need to take. You take a look at the replay, they played the ult situation perfectly there. The swing from Chichu is exactly as Jing loses his showstopper, but Kang goes for another one of those big flick up kills, misses it that time, and allowed Devi an opportunity in to get his resurrect off.
Second timeout for PRX.
That's absurd.
In the first half.
Burning both timeouts by the time you get to round
The last duel was 1v1 peak by Sage, but it was already too late.
Yeah, they've had to face Northception. Isn't that a game? And they're stepping up.
Yeah, unknown quantities across
Look,
the board.
EDG, 7 rounds in a row now, play the exact same positioning, default positioning on defense. I don't like this at all, by the way. I really don't like this at all. Oh shit, I forgot about 20. 20! Thank you much for the fucking tier 2. 37 months. What a fast train, bro. Thank you so much for the ongoing support, broski. Are all of them playing stretch res, or is this a bug? No, for some reason they like playing stretch res. Don't ask me.
Haven't had very much time to even prep Pearl. The LCQ teams should be at a disadvantage on this map. They don't look like it.
Excellent point. Should not have had much time
Yeah.
at all.
Good luck.
EDG's economy
Good luck going through that.
You can see that
I don't like the fact that it was being used against an eco.
Byte being 5-1.
Oh, wait. No, it is being used on an eco. I hate it even more now.
Back onto
Like, this is literally trolling. This is literally trolling right now. So, the thing is, if you ult as a Viper here like this, and you have the strongest gun actually on... Also, why is the Chamber playing a Bulldog? And the other players are playing fucking... Oh, God, dude. Min-maxing is... This is like... If I would be a coach here, if this is the coach's decision, I would say the coach is low-key griefing his team. If this is the player's decision without the inclusion of the coach, then the coach would be like, fuck you guys, man. Like, Chamber, in those situations, in my eyes, should never have the gun. You give it to someone else because he has a fucking cannon in his pocket anyway, right? So you literally don't use the... Like, most teams are not utilizing Chamber as an arms dealer. Makes no fucking sense. That's his design, you know? And two, the Viper Spit. Why is it a mistake? Okay? So the thing is, when the Viper Spit is active here, right? A team that is like actual, like intelligent team, and you don't need to be super intelligent to do this, is just call it, yeah, we don't push through that, fuck that. They just use the Viper Spit and they're just funneling us towards the opponents that they are just playing in other positions. But the thing is, those motherfuckers have 3 fucking sheriffs, man. So attackers know that the players that are being funneled to don't have the weaponry to fight them. So essentially, you're able to essentially just go into mid, go into double doors, just push a 5-man or a 4-man into people with lower equipment because you know exactly how much cash they have, you know? So that's a big problem and a misplay in my eyes from EDG here.
At these liberties though that are being taken with the Viper's pit drop down in A main and all the information being gained, Kangkang's pushed so deep. They know that mid is...
Also, why is there no trap? Where the fuck is Forsaken's trap? He didn't buy one because he dropped a gun. So I really dislike that. I understand it's a tough decision, but I dislike it. It's a tough decision, but I dislike it. Because he drops a Vandal to someone else, so he plays the ultimate, which is correct. But then he buys an armor and they don't play a trap this round. It's a very hard decision. I can understand the outcome of why they don't have a trap. But it's like also low-key streaming, low-key griefing. Because, well, what the fuck, man?
Here.
Right? The other option would be to drop a Bulldog or a Spectre to have a trap. And they go for the firepower instead. But it's like, I can understand it to some degree.
the horn there, allowing Haldon to stay in his tough position.
The wall bangs! That's going to be the face though.
But here comes Kangkang. All of this delay from the rest of the team allows him to get a timing.
Just making a bit of noise. It's going to be the kill picked up. Still, PRX are in control of this mid area. The spike was dropped down. It looks like they are starting to vacate back.
But they know now. I like the rotation from PRX. Really like the rotation from PRX because they know there are 2 players on A. Oh! But also, why do you fucking go into a fucking slow, man?
And now you get a chamber battle in mid. Forsaken with the tour de force. He reads the play from Kangkang. But can he read the second player coming from the same direction? Is there any hope here of Chichu?
That flick was fucking nuts, man. Guys, when the... If... Wait, Valorant is not released in China, right? Right? They can only play if they use like a VPN or something, right? every other country is gonna get fucked once Valorant gets released in China. Man, those players are something else mechanically speaking, man.
The doorway. Chichu's given away his positioning.
Yeah. And Forsaken should be favoured in this fight, obviously, with the tour de force in hand. Easily done.
And PRX pick up another one.
Okay.
Clean anti-eco, despite.
But yeah, in general,
of Kang.
I like the PRX decision making this round. I feel like it all made sense, but they didn't compensate for the lack of the trap. That's the only thing that I didn't like. But in general, I like the rotations. I like the reads on the mid game calls. It was very nice to counter the play from EDG, and EDG I think made a huge misplay by committing to that Viper Spit this round.
Still play with his confidence. The answer so far has been yes.
Once more, PRX looking towards A. Their composition doesn't have answers for the B side of the map. You saw that with Kang pushing up in the prior on the Thrifty. And this time he's playing in mid. He realizes PRX are not going to walk into him.
For just $67, you can make
Holy
as many videos as you want,
shit.
and you never need to pick up a camera or use any fancy editing software.
That is fantastic.
Doodly, you drag, you drop, you tweak some settings, and boom, video done.
What the fuck?
It'll take you just a few minutes. So, let's hear from the Doodly creator, Brad, to see why Doodly is so easy to use and why you should grab this offer right now.
Hi, I'm Brad Callen, and in this video, I'm going to show you how anyone can quickly and easily create doodle videos, just like the
Okay.
That is just info for another Kang peak.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, alright. Again. No, wait. First time EDG changed something in their setup. First time. The chamber now plays Dumbledore. Okay, guys. It's Dumbledore. It's not Dumbledore. It's Dumbledore. You know? And Astra's playing B. Are they using... Wait. Did they use the I dagger combo?
Still play with his confidence. The answer so far has been yes.
Once more, PRX
Dagger?
towards A. Their composition
No Hound.
doesn't have answers for the B side of the
And
map.
he's keeping it? What? Wait, what? What is going on, man? What the fuck is going on here, man? Why is nobody using the Hunt on mid? He hears the 3 fucking players in main.
Have answers for the B side of the map.
That is so weird. So the reason to use this eye on mid is to make sure that no one lurked from window. But the thing is that now they don't have the eye to stop the push from main, and there's a way of throwing the eye through this window as well to help out the defenders on A side. It's like very interesting. Because now this eye will give a fake confidence for the chamber to peek out mid. Like, this might be disastrous, actually.
Pushing up in the prior on the Thrifty. And this time he's playing in mid. He realizes PRX are not going to walk into him. That is just info for another Kang peak. Forsaken's under crazy pressure, and he has to rendezvous away.
Oh, yeah. That's the problem.
We're being watched though by Mindfreak.
I like the PRX positioning. They made a fake push into A, baited out the over peaks from mid. Really well done by PRX.
Swarmed by multiple players. Kang anticipates it.
Why not TP? Hello?
Goes for the re-peek. This guy is
hello?
just insane.
And now he TPs out.
Util dump onto the A side. Players working their way through. Boombot Prowler, the horn being broken down as well. Gonna be that 1-for-1 at the end of the day. Fight was being taken all over the place. Spike is still going to get planted now onto the A site. And Forsaken making sure that just slight angle over the wall.
This is an aim labs workout.
One.
You're kidding me.
Another, the bullets just being spammed out.
No. Okay, I'll teach you something, guys.
Aim labs workout. One. You're kidding me.
The bullets just being...
This angle will never penetrate this wall unless you're heavy. Unless your gun is heavy penetration, you know, you're not able to penetrate this wall from this angle. The only way you can penetrate this wall is by shooting with a straight angle from here. Don't even try like this. It's a waste of ammo.
Spammed out! Bit of distraction, no time for Arnold to work his way into the back of the site. Somehow gets away with 2, but only just now is the wall being broken. So he can make sure that he doesn't lose his confidence. Takes the spike, takes the swing.
And after the 5-round lead that EDG put on the board, PRX have answered back with 3. 2 of those being gun rounds. So EDG now feel pressured themselves to take a tactical timeout. And really, it's the same kind of thing happening. PRX are being able to get onto the A site, trade out effectively, and play post plants with advantages. So timeout for EDG. How do they want to address this? In reality, they've actually been pretty good at adjusting their defensive setups. Yeah. For 5 rounds, what they were doing was working, so they had no need to shift it. Thrifty came in, Kanghang pushed B, that added a different flavor to the round. This time around, Kanghang was playing aggressively in mid off the back of nobody, and I thought that that would be a target that could be punished.
Did you watch this game live? No, this is the first time actually watching it.
Around his rendezvous and Mindfreak's support was not punished in the same kind of way that EDG wanted.
Exactly. Containing.
I want to point out how they spam cards sometimes when fighting just to play Neo and dodge some bullets.
Now want to be playing aggressive.
Trinity! Help!
Off the back of Benkai using Trinity! Nobody was able to get up aggressively, and Chichu got the 2K spray down. That's the kind of round that I want to see coming out from them again, actually, here. And they've got 3 players stacked up. It does look like they're going for something similar. However, this is the one time PRX go B, reading it after the timeout. What a gorgeous call by Alex or Benkai.
That's the trouble. The map is so big, honestly, that when you commit this many players over towards one of the extremities, one of the main positions, they're not going to be able to help out the players who are locking down B, but it's up to Howdong. We'll see what they can do. Teleport back. It is an off-ankle play. Howdong's lucky to get the 1 there.
Forsaken with an immediate trade. Another question for Benkai is...
I don't know, man. I don't like the positioning. Like, I really don't like the double like commitment from here. Like, I don't know. What? Fuck me, I really don't like this. Like, the way they commit, like, why is Chamber not playing this angle and Astra playing this angle? Like, if this is Astra here, then she's able to just use Chamber as a bait. Well, they use it the other way around. Chamber just TPs out, says, fuck you, and then Astra is like, well, I guess I die. She got 1, which is like semi-okay. Still negative towards the defenders, but it's like semi-okay because she only had a sheriff, but it's still negative. So, I don't like this plan at all. And then, the thing is, that they could have played on site because they... What I like to think about aggressive pushes like this in any map, right? When you have like a plan to aggressive push, then the other side of the map, you play retake. Because essentially, if those guys are pushing and they meet the opposition, then you can make a fast call on what to do with the players that are standing on site. You either go mid to control, to help out the players that are like pushing in, maybe catch off because of that the lurker from mid, you know? Or you do a fast rotation if they die, right? But if you like double push, then one of those guys are fucked like 100%, and you cannot really buy time. And you need to buy time for the players that are like pushing in, because if they don't meet anyone here, right? If there's no one in this spot here, that means that those players will get pushed. Because the trap any... My bad, guys. The ISP just disconnected for a moment, but we're back. Unfortunately, guys, I only have one ISP right now. Fuck me. I don't even know when I was disconnected. So anyway, my point is, if you're pushing through A main and you meet no position, right? That means that and you meet no one here in this area. That means that the opponents are pushing to the other side, and the players that are playing on the B side that are not pushing in, right, need to buy time for those flankers to have the possibility of doing something. So this is a big misconception, I would say, you know? This is a big misconception. Did my stream like completely crash, or was it just the or was it always the reconnection thing screen, or did it go like all down? Skip 10 seconds. Okay, not bad then. But yeah. So the thing is like it's a big misconception when it comes to like how you approach playing rounds like this, at least from my perspective. But also look at this EDG. Like this is not the way you are countering a trap. This is not the way you're countering a trap. This doesn't do jack shit, because the thing is now the smoke. Ah, shit. Now the smoke, right, does this. This is the smoke. So you cannot sneak by here because you always have to go through the smoke. So the trap just gets you here, right? If you want to counter this smoke, you have to do this. So you leave a gap here so you can go through. So the trap is in the smoke, and it doesn't see outside of the smoke. So they fucked up the flank completely.
With the movement there, they're going to be smoking off the trademark, but Mindfreak hears it. He hears everything. He knows exactly what's occurring. Does he expect a second player? The answer's no.
One of them gets through without triggering the trap, I think. No, he goes through because the other trap, because the trap was triggered by the first player, and it didn't explode because he went out, and the second player just goes straight after him. So the trap doesn't even like go beep beep, you know?
But in this one, he's got a massive health disadvantage.
It's not exactly favored.
How much cash he has? Does he? Will he have enough cash to buy that snakebite bag?
That's hard to break through.
Let's see.
Contact. There was going to be a swing there as well from Benkai, so very winnable for them. And so far, PRX on a bit of a heater after burning both of their timeouts.
Definitely worthwhile getting those four.
Has the cash. Okay, all good.
EDG's aggression on A though didn't get spotted.
He would have heard the smoke. It doesn't matter if he would have heard the smoke or not. If they do the smoke like this, they always know about it because the trap is being triggered. If they do the smoke properly, there's a chance that no one hears the smoke and you can go through the trap undetected. That's it.
GL this round coming up, I'd be very tempted to go for A aggression again. PRX are unlikely to hit.
Why didn't Mindfreak accept the Viper there when he saw the Viper smoke? Lack of quick thinking, I would say. He just didn't connect the facts.
Aggression towards A main as Jing also gets on the line early.
Double satchel play, flash over the top. That is on a multitude of targets, but there's Viper all in the way.
Wreszcie się zjawiłeś. Czekałem tu na ciebie. To twój szczęśliwy dzień.
It's my lucky day.
Trafiłeś na tę stronę.
Dude, is that the meta right now? Is that the meta right now that companies are making ads with a text to speech fucking generator? This feels like TikTok. You know? Somewhat yes. That's tragic. But very low budget as well.
Aggression once more.
Also, I really don't like the Jin double satchel there. Like, double satcheling here is like you're not able to be like you're untradeable. If you do this double satchel here at the beginning of the round like this, look, like that's his play, right? Double satchel. He actually goes faster than anyone else. There's no vision control. There's only C's being used by Benkai, and the C's is being used for this location, I'm assuming, right? But the thing is... Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, it lands exactly on the spot that I said, right? So this entire setup is being countered by the Viper wall.
So gets on the line. And
then he's not being tradable, right? So imagine if the players would actually be fast and go here, right? So then the the C's doesn't catch anyone, and there's a player just waiting for him when he satchels in. If he gets the kill, the guy just falls back and he's never traded because he's so far away. And also you lose double satchels to clear essentially something that one Prowler would have just cleared as well. So this is like an aggression that is something that PRX likes to do, but now they lost the ability to double satchel onto the side. So essentially, they lost the possibility of being aggressive actually when it matters, you know?
But there are 4 players here stacking for EDG on A. They know this is going to be an A commit. PRX have just so rarely been going to be.
The advertisement reactions is mega content. Yeah, I agree, right? I don't know. I don't like using the premium now because, like, dude, we have some good loves from the fucking adverts.
At the 55-second mark, that PRX still have players towards A. If you're planning to,
Are you happy with the level of performance it was close? I didn't watch the matches, so I'm just watching it right now.
Keep 3-4 players here. These star setups are really cool from Mindfreak.
Everything being dropped down, but not enough done before ahead of the time to try and burn down a bit of the Viper's fuel. So that orb is going to be...
Yeah, now those double satchels will be very handy, right? Oh man, the balls!
The question is, which do EDG commit to? Do they stop the site hit or the lurk?
Forsaken's just going to be taking a fight
Ooh.
right to them once more. The flank is going to be shut down. It's going to be a resurrected play. Benkai's making sure that he shuts that down, holds it down still. It's going to be the spike. Has to get planted now with 11 seconds onto the clock, and Mindfreak was capable as well of watching. Just a deep
I like the Devi wall like boosts.
Position given away and Kankan with the trade early.
Lovely shot as well. Positioning gained from the Haunt.
And Jing does not let him get away with anything. PRX have tied it up after being down 5 rounds in a row. This comeback has been nothing short of excellent and exactly what you would expect from a team as quality as PRX. Not allowing things to rattle them whatsoever and halting the momentum of a team that... I mean, when we had heard interviews with EDG coming into this, they talked about...
How do you like EDG's aggressive style of gum chewing? Oh Jesus, didn't pay attention to that.
Round win streak is massive for them.
What is the chipmunks, man? What is this?
First game. Getting onto a 5-round win streak is massive for them. And now... And now, some of that momentum streak is massive for them. And now, some of that momentum taken away.
Full stars in play. Oh, it's an entire cluster.
Oh Jesus!
At the top side of
NA production, man.
Just being tossed out to the side. Smoggy's in a world of hurt right now. They drop down to his feet, vulnerable on top of it, but nobody. Still with the Marshal in his hands, holding for a bit of a wide swing on top of it. This is particularly dangerous now.
All of these rounds end up coming down.
Oof. Yeah, no one expects him here. No one expects him here. Like, why would you be standing there with a Marshal like that?
Oh, shot might be enough to do it. No, eventually finds his target, but a gun has been acquired. Chichu working his way out of back, and this guy, he is a clutcher. He's known for it. Spike planted. Mindfreak tries to take the fight as well.
Mindfreak throwing.
Chichu has the Viper's Pit to work with here too. Worried about Forsaken peeking in from that back elbow position. There goes the pit. How does Forsaken respond to this one? You want to try and get in the pit early if possible.
He has to, but just far too slow.
Yeah, didn't have to go into the ult at all. Like, didn't have to go into the ult at all. So this is like hindsight 2020, right? But the play for Forsaken here, right? I understand why he went into the pit. He wanted to probably just... He thought that the opponent would be coming in first to the spike to tap it, right? But the thing is, like, probably the best course of action would be... you know that the Viper checked the elbow with double snake bites. When the Viper goes for the double snake bites into elbow, then she most likely pushed out the player from the elbow out, right? That means when Forsaken is standing here and he hears the Viper Spit, probably the play is to wrap around and go into the elbow, because now you have an easy way of spraying the player that is like diffusing. When you pay attention to the spike, the way that you have to stand to diffuse the spike is this yellow area. This is the area we're gonna stand. So you're gonna be like here, you know? Right? Oh wow, a small Picasso. Look at this, bro. Holy damn. So essentially, you're gonna have those three positions here. Like, those are gonna be the positions of the players, right? They cannot be here because the wall. So it's very easy to spam this location. So if you're the Viper Spit literally gives you free possibility of spamming this because of this plant position, and essentially being lenient of going into the Viper Spit is better than just going into the Viper Spit. But this is a hindsight 2020, right? But this would be the way for him to play higher odds of winning. And also, the fact that he went so close to the spike without it being tapped is a straight up mistake.
In the clutch, great decision making as well to isolate the angles of which a fight could be taken with the.
Does looking down while defusing do anything? Your head is a little bit lower.
Poszukujesz prezentu dla swojego mężczyzny na te święta? Przedstawiamy japoński nóż za 427 zł.
Holy fuck! Are you looking for a gift for your man? You can buy a Japanese knife for 100 Polish zlotys. What the fuck?
Określany w sieci mianem samurajskiego miecza kuchennego.
What the fuck? Samurai sword in the fucking kitchen. You guys hearing this shit? Sold out 3 times this year. Wow.
W tym roku
G2 is so often.
Oh god, dude.
The big name shine will need to give you some hope heading into the final round, into the next half.
We need to donate to get you YouTube Premium. But this is content, man. Why are we watching a player right now in the beginning of the round? Okay. That stretch res looked like fucking donkey ass, man.
Making a bit of B control right now. The spike's still in top mid. I don't think this is going to be a commitment over towards B.
Like, oh my god. Imagine I would have to stream in a resolution like this. Look at this shit. This looks like ass. Holy fuck. Play-Doh, man. Literally all the walls looking like Play-Doh.
It's a great Red Bull clutch to start things for them.
Both chambers with the tour de force. It looks like PRX might be faking a bit of B control right now. The spike's still in top mid. I don't think this is going to be a commitment over towards B.
His map is huge. Yeah, because it stretches out the fucking HUD, man.
Looking to anchor A, not biting on it just yet.
Does that catch him? Yeah, it does. Ooh, nice lineup. I like that. Nice Boombot lineup to check the cubby on long B, but they didn't destroy the trap, so it's essentially useless.
Made an attempt. Okay, well, Nightfall's going to be coming through. That does force out the null command.
And there's still enough time here to just cancel.
Yeah, if they wait this out, Jing is going to have the showstopper, but this is an important fight to take. Kang! You got to be kidding. Tour de force. Players dropping like flies, and they know the position is contained. Finally, no suppression at play. A bit of an exchange there. Bullet for the rocket. It is that 1-for-1. Mind Freak. Oh, he's got a lot to do. Okay.
Mind Freak. Now in a 1v1 against Haodong. The IGL. Is he going to be able to pull out a clutch here?
1 round and a half.
Mind Freak was so incredible at Copenhagen. Is he able to pull out magic again?
Stars available that obviously does not want to go into astral form. Does have his own ult, and that's going to be the wall dropped. Hopefully isolating a couple of fights, but it is mind games on mind games right now between both of these players.
This fucking Astra ult is fucking terrible.
Star as well as in position. There's going to be a pull for Mindfreak.
The star on the spike indicates an A-main positioning here, I think, for the post plan. But Haodong is still looking towards Secret. He's got the right read if only he commits.
He gains 0 from it.
Onto the spike. It is the wrong read. Mindfreak has played that.
The thing is, okay, so let's start with this.
Now in a war.
I really just like the way that this round was played. So first, I feel like PRX are using the Fade ultimate to fake pushes more than to actually use the raw power that it delivers. That is their choice, and I respect that, but I dislike it. You know? I feel like they just don't capitalize on the Fade ultimates. Fade ultimate is perfect for capitalization, like Bridge ultimate, like Showstopper, like KO ultimate. All of those ultimates have more value if you are aggressive with them because your opponents are just so fucked, right? And so far we have seen PRX use a lot of the two actually of the Fade ultimates not to actually go onto the side, but to make some peculiar like fakes. And I dislike it. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's good. And they didn't destroy even the trap before, so they literally like just don't gain much from it. The fact that Kankan just didn't peek here earlier is a blessing for them. But imagine if he gets a kill here. Like it's fucked already.
This is an important fight to take.
Right?
You gotta be kidding. Tour de force. Players dropping like flies, and they know that the position is contained. Finally, no suppression in play. A bit of an exchange there. Bullet for the rock.
They use it to funnel players into them? No, they don't funnel anything. Because they don't push anything. So the players are just standing. Who's Kankan? What? People are saying Kankan on ZMJJKK because of the Kankan KK. For me, it's Jmi. Snake.
It is that 1-for-1. Mindfreak. Oh, he's got a lot.
Yeah. This is just unfortunate, and Mindfreak just fucking beats them. The positioning is just bad for nobody. Like, look, I'm not sure why nobody doesn't have a gun out here. He swaps to a knife for a moment. Because he was running out. That's why. But then he's not able to trade, and that's the problem. See? Like, he literally got fucked by that knife. That is so unfortunate.
Okay. Mindfreak. Now in a war. Clutch. Able.
And now this Astra wall. The thing is that the Astra, the Cosmic Divide, would be best used to make sure that you can tap the spike without giving the audio cue, right? So you can get a half for free. So you could use this Cosmic Divide like this. And that's it. It has almost the same role, but it's 10 times better. So you don't have to sacrifice the smoke here as well. And you don't give an audio cue if the player's on A main. Like it's... I don't know how come the player doesn't think about that, you know? Because it's like... pay attention here to this, right? He did the wall like this. Right? Like this. And then he smoked up here. But you can literally do the same shit by doing this. And then you have certainty that the player doesn't hear you defusing the spike. And you can clear the side for yourself, or you can smoke yourself off like this. So not only your opponent, like this would be the play. Doesn't matter if the player's in A main playing like this. It doesn't matter that the opponent will play them by playing secret, right? But the play for the defensive Astra was this: smoke off the spike, put in the Cosmic Divide for here. So what you do is you start diffusing the spike in the smoke. Your opponent doesn't hear if you start diffusing it or not. So then he needs to peek out of here, and he doesn't know that there's a smoke. So he needs to run out. He gives audio cue that he's running out, and you have the upper hand because you're still in the smoke. Like, that would be the play.
Games on my dwelling. Only 4.
I said he normally has, you know, a ton of duels. The most active player in Champions. He's even more active than usual right now. 13 and 10. Over a kill per round by a long shot.
And Mindfreak played that really well.
And he's gonna be
Alright, sorry, I spaced out for a moment. PRX are playing retake on B and have a stack on A. Okay, I like that. Oh, I'm sorry for yawning.
Champions. He's even more active than usual right now. 13 and 10. Over a kill per round.
Look at Forsaken. He goes into the cubby. He's being stationed. He's gonna be stationed in this spot here because that's the range of the TP here, right? But he was also, if they would have needed help at the beginning of the round in art, then he was able to stand here in art and just TP as well. Very interesting TP. I like it. I like it.
And he's going to be required to open things up here.
And it's also misinformation for the opponents. If they push into art, they will expect one more player.
I don't want to put too much of the pressure on your substitute, Smoggy.
What he's going to be facing. Fight potentially kicking off in art as well. In fact, yep, the players, they want to take it.
Too bad that Smoggy committed.
Not afraid of any sort of aggression from both of these
not a fan of this.
Very purposeful.
Not a fan of this at all.
And look at this.
They had an advantage, now they threw it. Yeah, they overheated a lot. They overheated a lot. That's very unfortunate. Yes. Does it? Yeah, it triggers. Okay. But it doesn't explode.
Off the back of the Viper wall, doesn't have the spike. I mean, there's just nothing to be done here. PRX are all over it. Chichu's going to have to be able to pick off Benkai just to start this one.
It has to start here, doesn't it? The side angle that Benkai is holding means that...
Yeah, this guy is aggressively chewing his gum. Holy fuck.
As well, I believe. Trademark was killed off over
He's really like putting work in it, you know?
Potentially behind them in the alleyways.
At this point, it's just a numbers game. You don't even mind losing a player early just to figure out where the guy is.
Yeah. Device jiggle. That's a wide swing.
Forsaken's on an off angle.
Yeah, needs to be safe hands though. Shots are actually being missed here, but not a lot of time on the clock for us.
Oh, what incredible patience there from the rest of PRX. They bled that shooting big difference when it so far this match the lead for the first time in the series.
This is where
Are they pushing out? Dude, PRX is just mad. I don't like this at all. The aggressive A main push? I don't like. Ooh, I don't like this at all.
So fast. Yeah. Edward Gaming have found out where the trademark is. Very common position from Forsaken. And just
what the? What the fuck, Davai? All right, so I like the play. I like the play if they would actually have not play against an eco, but they play against an eco. Look at Davai. He literally baited the opponents for thinking that he is on site instead of being in this cubby here, right? But he has a Spectre. He just chopped off the way of exiting this for himself and also cuts off the help from the chamber. So he's literally committed to this. And if the attackers are just pushing in, if they get 1-for-1 here, that's a huge win for the attackers because they're on an eco to get a Spectre for free and they can check that angle for free as well if they're not stupid.
I just immediately ran on top.
What the fuck? Against a non-eco, that would have been a very nice aggressive play. But against an eco, this is straight up throwing.
Load of information being gained as well, and with the double face, Spectres easily enough to just chew through the bodies that might be trying to approach them. And again, just up to Chichu, who's
Tala.
obviously getting this late lurk in, but with the spike drop down, inevitable in terms of the round. At this point, you're just thinking about what to do next on your buy.
Yeah, I think this is a good time actually to take a look at the Viper setup. You can see here how his Viper wall from Chichu is denying information for PRX and forcing them to play B aggressively if they want to see anything. And Chichu would have to pull off a 1v5 to win this round.
Wait! Did you down?
This is a good start, but King shuts it down. But this Viper wall that he's
It
using
worked? No, it
is
didn't.
one of the big things that PRX were missing on their attack side, because it allows EDG to pick rounds where they can try and lurk somebody up below, or put the whole team contacting up behind the Viper wall there as well. And so this looks like it's just going to be the same wall being thrown every time. And if they
The timing of that ad was perfect, man.
Responsibility.
But this is the buy round now.
And a pretty healthy bonus for PRX too. Forsaken going to invest an operator similarly.
I'm not cutting out those from the VOD? No, don't do it, man.
And playing it in the exact same
It's funny as fuck.
Slow orb.
Okay. Does this cut off the trap?
That choke point just to make sure that they can set up Forsaken.
No.
It's a very deep position being played as well. So far, early days.
So they put up the small... PRX. No, EDG, bro. Why are you doing this to me? Look! Oh my god, you're using the same trap. This is just so... I don't know, inefficient, man. I really dislike this. They're putting the Viper orb to fake that someone is pushing for double doors. But wait! There's more. There's a fucking standard ranked double chamber trap that EDG is using themselves. If you put up the smoke and don't destroy the trap, the smoke is literally zero value.
For Edward Gaming. In fact, they are willing to give a lot of respect in mid, it seems.
That is just insanely inefficient. Like, that doesn't do jack shit.
Jing is just getting monstrous information and only pays for it with a single wallbound bullet.
Still down.
Map still zoom? Oh yeah, my bad.
Marking around. It does have to be cautious now. Star being dropped. Bit of spam through the wall.
They need to destroy this trap. Otherwise, this smoke makes no sense. Okay.
You can see that's a trap play in.
But that's already 1 minute in.
Whiff of that being triggered, they try and go for a pull as well, seeing if they can.
And this is the first time they actually did something, you know?
But a fast pivot now into art as well. Space needs to be gained, and it looks like it is that A split with the fragment off to the side, making sure nobody's inside that smoke.
And it's down to Benkai to see if he can grab somebody.
Yeah, and the rotation's already in, man.
Super quick behind.
Oh, but that's very nice.
30 seconds left.
Not a mind freak.
Wait, whose smoke is this? Whose smoke is this from Art? Because it's perfect for the attackers. I hope this is attacker's smoke.
Space needs to be gained, and it looks like it is that A split with the fragment.
That is defender's smoke. Oh, that is fucked. Mind Freak just fucked over the team. This smoke here is perfect for the attackers. I wanted to complement the attackers by using this smoke.
Off to the side, making sure nobody's inside that smoke.
Like, this smoke here is literally perfect for the attackers. Look how they go into the sides.
Super quick behind. Didn't check the back of the box.
30 seconds left.
Not a mind freak.
It's perfect for them.
On one side of him. Trying to stay alive here. Benkai to the back as well. That's going to be util dumped into it. The nade to try and push them back. On top of that, the satchel. Spike's still not being planted. A fight. Oh, it needs to be taken. Forsaken with the operator. He doesn't want to overstep himself. Benkai's at the back of the side as well in secret. Just trying to deny it. The time is running so low now. Pinging it on the pre-fire angle. Fights are being taken. Benkai. But he just needs to spam this.
More to the right. Ooh, lucky. But yeah.
Out.
Mind Freak just fucked over the team by using that smoke.
With some very nice mid-rounding.
You know?
There's another big question for EDG. When the rounds get tough, when the fast plays don't work, and you heard about it in the interview that Yinsu and Mimi were doing earlier, when the rounds get tough and when the fast plays don't work, do they have those adjustments, those pivots in the middle? And they did here. They faked a mid-doors push, immediately rotated everybody quickly through art, and took a pinch into A. Played the post plan with discipline. This is some great play coming out of EDG on their attack.
Morning, Leandra. How are we doing?
Yeah, that is a fantastic knife lineup. Perfectly catches on the Forsaken attack. Discipline. This is some great play coming out of EDG on their attack.
Wait. Could he avoid it by crouching in the corner? But it's still a nice look at the KO grenade. Look at the KO grenade going in. That is a nice lineup. That is great. That is great. I like that.
Yeah, that is a fantastic knife lineup. Perfectly catches on Forsaken.
Too bad they didn't commit to like an Astra pull there. If they would have used an Astra pull, he would have been killed.
Disrespecting it, still holding this angle. It was smoked off, but Kang's just looking all the way through, tries to get the spray down for the 2K, but eventually he's going to be shut down. But it has pulled players from PRX on the defensive side. Leaning over towards that B.
I'm new to Valorant, and watching you has helped me a lot. Much love, man. Thank you for watching, Dotig man, and learning, my brother.
There's no late look plays
or sister.
Going 1-for-1 with the chamber does benefit EDG.
Correct.
Here is a gorgeous call from Haldong. It's going to allow him to work off the Viper wall and deny information, especially with that trademark going missing. It forces Benkai to play towards mid doors. And now Jing's got some control over mid. Benkai can rotate back.
Yeah, the Viper was nice because it allows to essentially do something like the Viper orb in the previous round, you know?
That's just one of the players. Almost trying to go for this plan. Benkai. Oh, the angle is there. Wants to fight, but the weaponry was just not ideal. I believe just a stinger in his hands. There's going to be this flank coming up into the top of B. There has to be a player watching this angle now, and then you have it. Not quite enough to find
Jesus.
the kill, though, and a nade. Oh, that is impeccable. That is perfect, but he moves his crosshair away.
Jing thought he got the kill.
He just assumed he had it.
Whoa, what a kill from Smoggy. And that allows him to deny the Sage Wall as well.
Portion of it blocked off.
17 health. No shot. He manages to pull off another clutch like he did in the first half.
Yeah, GG, my brothers.
Already given it up. No attempts to make his way over towards the spike, just seeing if he can take the guns away. Not even getting that though, just has to back away and save his own.
What's your impression of this match so far? Some cool stuff being done, but in general, both teams are overheating a lot.
Beautiful time to highlight it, Josh here. Edward Gaming.
That's nothing new for PRX, but I was hoping that they're gonna stop overheating. Like, they're gonna work on that discipline, you know, from the previous event. But not for now.
Of course, Pearl is a map that we don't have any info about. We don't really know how good PRX are on this map compared to the competition. But I can tell you that PRX look prepped, and they've got some good ideas, and they're playing the info game well.
Hello, Black. How are you doing?
Are still managing to find opportunities to outplay them. This is dead even.
I just got Diamond recently. I've been struggling to climb past my initial rank up. What do you think I should focus on most at this stage in my game? Probably your mechanics. You should be able to go into Immortal just by having good aim, you know? If you solo queue.
Tap there, the rifle spam as well, going to be supplemented with the help of his teammates. Nade over the top.
The habits of spraying mid gunfights is. Look at this.
Tip tap there, the rifle spam as well, going to be supplemented with the help of his
That is such a terrible habit to have. I know, guys, you guys don't care about stuff like this, but this is actually just a terrible habit.
Oh, you're taking some liberties with that one, Devi.
Devi is just nuts.
Safe hands apparently with the sheriff in his hands. This is a half by a reminder. PRX are quick to answer back.
And this could quickly get crazy. Devi now with a res online. There are two bodies here, but both in areas that it should be very difficult to get reses off. If you just wait for EDG to commit to a site though, one of these bodies at least is going to open up.
Oof.
Interesting wall.
Oof.
Cuts Devi off. I think Devi just wants to play quietly here. Just chill, play off the back of your ult. But Jing, as ever, going for it.
Showstopper's online. Does he want to use it? The answer is no, saving it.
Jing played over that Cosmic Divide perfectly. Look, he used this Cosmic Divide as a Reyna dismiss. You seen that shit? That is awesome. He literally uses the opponent's utility for his own benefit. He's untradeable. Look. Get a kill? Hide. Cosmic Divide being a dismiss for him. Essentially just whatever, dude. Right? And then Devi peaks. And then when this double peak happens, look. This guy is fucked. Like that is... They just exposed the opponents for using their own ultimate.
Online. Does he want to use it? The answer is no, saving it for a rainy day because the Thrifty is in their hands.
What a round by PRX. Just showcasing that they have talent in spades as well.
I thought you meant like spraying a weapon at first? No. I mean like spraying the fucking spray, like literal spray, like shh, you know? That's what I mean. Did you ever work a normal job or were you always in the creative scene? Yeah, dude. I'm 37 years old. I had multiple normal jobs. I was a debt collector. I was a store manager of board games and trading card games. I was working as a car fleet manager, working as a real estate manager, like a lot of shit.
Jing this repeat onto Kangkang is absurd.
Yeah, it's demonic.
Did you watch Liquid yesterday? I put it on my TV and was just like radio essentially, you know, but I wasn't like paying attention to the matches. They don't do that when they reload, no? It's a bad habit to have anyway. Why are you looking at the ground for a fraction of a millisecond when there's an actual gunfight in front of you? Like you just doing some shit that distracts you for no reason, you know? It might be a muscle memory thing, but it still fucks you. I can guarantee you that at some point in his career, he will fuck up around just because of this bad habit. There's no reason to have bad habits like this, you know?
That is what you'll have to see. Oh, for players like these.
I'm going to review the whole match, just this map. Most likely just this map. I want to play the game as well. And doing a VOD review for like 8 hours is mentally straining, I would say, tell you that.
Just off the stage, PRX. But you get that itch, it's got to be scratched. PRX as well have not had to go through groups at any point this year. They were able to just go straight into playoffs and do fantastically in both of our Masters tournaments. Now they are in, I would argue, the toughest group that we.
Did you watch Liquid yesterday? The amount of mistakes and misplay they did, also the synergy was not there at all. Like the trading was extremely bad. My question is, how come a team that have been together for that long can look like a one-week team? Just don't get it. Their confidence, with the exception of Scream and Yampy, was not there at all. Because Liquid is a team that relies on getting kills. If they don't get the kills, then you see the crumble. Like, that's it. They don't have good fundamentals. They don't have enough good fundamentals to actually benefit from having, like, sorry, not from benefit, but from, not benefit, but like compensating the lack of first bloods, you know? That's the problem. Like, that is the issue of most teams, actually. Not only Liquid, but most teams crumble because they don't have good trades set up. They don't have good fundamentals enough, and they overheat. So when they're getting punished, they don't have a clapback, you know?
Especially if EDG is.
Which team do you think is tactically best, which we can follow for learning? I think it's Fnatic and 100 Thieves. You know?
Going to be playing like this, and it's going to make for some fantastic games, but it's also going to test PRX. Nobody is safe in groups like this.
I don't think so.
But if it was on today's game, Fnatic vs 100 Thieves, that's the game that we'll probably do a VOD review on Monday when I'll be back streaming.
All coming together,
bristling with skill.
So you're saying they have great gunfight mechanics, but the strats and adaptations to changing factors through the game is bad? Yes, I could say that on. I could literally describe 90% of the teams like that, or even 95% of the teams like that. In general, my perception of the Valorant professional scene, and bear in mind, this is only my opinion, right? You can disagree with me if you don't like it. I don't give a fuck. But my opinion is that the current level of Valorant gameplay is very low. Very entertaining to watch, but the strategic aspect of the gameplay and the fundamental level of play on most teams is very bad. Like, very, very, very bad.
Just stone of the year, isn't it?
It really is. And at the moment, PRX managing to take that thrifty and spin.
2 more days to my vacation. That's awesome, Alexander. Hope you have a splendid time.
Pushing EDG back onto a thrifty of their own. So in effect, that's a 2-round swing right there. It's massive.
Yo, Reza, went for the 6 months. Welcome back, brother. How we doing, broski? New subscriber badge, by the way, for you.
3-round swing. It goes from 9-8 to probably 8-10, as long as PRX are able to.
Haunt being used to check A main, no info. So players from B side are actually repositioning a little bit. I like the KO dagger because it literally pushes off Forsaken from playing long. So he's pushed into the backside B, and then the Viper wall is like literally limiting. This is very nice. So essentially, I'll explain you what they do. So what they do here is do this Viper screen. like this, right? More like this. This is the Viper wall. Is allowed being used from the barrier, so she can reposition before the barrier drops. And the thing is that this Viper wall allows you to, if you destroy the trap on double doors, then the Viper wall doesn't allow the player from side to have contact on the trap being destroyed, which is very important because then the crucial point for the defense is the B connector. Right, so that's the first usage of the Viper wall. And then the more obvious one is, of course, like denying the info from elbow, right? But the thing is, because of this wall, they combo the wall with the KO dagger that lands on top of the pillar. I don't know. I would have to check, but there's a slight chance that you can avoid detection if you crouch in this area, because it's a sphere, right? Like when it lands on top of the pillar, this is the pillar, right? It lands on top of the pillar and it has shape like this, right? So there's a slight chance that a player might crouch, and on the minimap it looks like it has range, but the reality is it doesn't have range. We can check that in the custom map later. But the thing is, they do this so they push out the player that typically would be standing here as a chamber. So he would have to stand in a different position. And he would have to stand either in screens, right? And if he stands in screens, then he has totally different angles, or he needs to stand on side. But if he doesn't stand in those positions, then this Viper wall denies also this position. So it's actually nicely cutting down the amount of angles that the attackers have to check before actually committing to the site. You know?
That's going to be some play. The trademark he gave
Trade Viper wall. Stop a thrifty on 9-8 to
I want to see this dagger.
PRX are able to.
There's a very high chance that this dagger actually doesn't clear that corner if someone just crouches there. But then they use the KO grenade to make sure that there's no one there. Damn, son. That's a trademark. Look at this. Trademark goes in, and then Jin just goes satchel. Pew!
That's going to be some play. The trademark he gave Jing all the information. He double
nice one.
over the wall.
Nice one.
What
Good setup.
Joking. And I gave all
Really nice one.
Zostań specjalistą cybersecurity w mniej niż rok.
Become a specialist of cybersecurity.
Kurs online Blue Team to innowacyjny program szkoleniowy. Umiejętności praktyczne zdobędziesz na...
The change in the voice. He goes in from like a movie voiceover, you know? It's like, this summer, become a specialist in cybersecurity by being in a school in Poland.
Get that one in a highlight reel immediately.
That is the emotion that he played, you know, you know?
Yeah, I am speechless at that one. But that's the kind of preparation, obviously, that you can come into a map like this with when you are PRX.
He goes from serious to fucking jolly.
How you wanted to handle this map.
Do you know why it does for second play left-hand gun model if he's right-handed? Because all of the motherfucker pros in CS do that shit. Because, you know, right-hand model allows you to have better angles when you peek from the left side. It really doesn't matter. Like, it really doesn't matter in the end, because what matters is your preference. And, for example, there are players that are not able to play on one of the sides because it just feels weird, you know?
Fresh. We're still going to be playing aggressive. That was a PRX special. And Jing follows it up, taking out Kankang, removing the tip of the spear here, takes out Nobody as well, cleaning things up. Jing had a bit of a slow start to the map, but now he's really fired up.
Jin literally just stopped the entire push by that showstopper, man.
I think when you're playing against a team like Edward Gaming.
Suppose it depends on the dominant eye? I would...
Just messing with
I don't know, but that sounds logical.
messing with him for the divide flank. Ooh! Howdong reads it.
These are not players you really want to be messing with. Even Howdong eventually shut down, but
Would you recommend anyone to follow their dreams to be going it pro, swing full time, or would you say get a proper work and do the other stuff as hobbies?
Show me that replay.
My friend,
Try it in your own
any kind of
language.
entertainment jobs
What a gorgeous
are
angle.
hobbies that maybe will pay
the slight trigger
some
there
money
between-
at some point.
tell you what,
It's
if
like
there's
asking, do you recommend going in as a professional musician? Like, it's a time sink and it's a money sink, and you have no guarantee that you will earn anything. Try it out, do it if you want, but there's a very small chance you're gonna earn money from it.
heavy B hit, you could easily get 3
Oh yeah.
with a setup like
Enemy
that.
remaining.
And it makes the Viper wall, it kind of neuters the Viper wall. This time, possibly for the first round, Chichu choosing not to commit it over on B.
Looks like a faster play though. That's going to be no command and that Nightfall scatters through. Gonna get a one tag. Of course, the disrespect being shown still by Forsaken, but he's gambled onto the wrong angle and kills are being been playing. One shown still by Forsaken, but he's gambled onto the wrong angle.
So see, this is something that I don't understand. Like this ultimate from Fade.
First round.
You guys remember how PRX was doing the ultimate for Art and A main? That ultimate would actually benefit
Choosing not to commit it.
EDG right now a lot. I also dislike the fact that nobody used one lurker, one prowler before doing the ultimate. Really dislike the fact. I really dislike the fact.
One tag. Of course, the disrespect being shown.
I like the
still by Forsaken.
reposition. Where is this? Where's this camera show? What is this? I want to see the KO grenade. Where does it land?
Gamble
Where is this? Ah, this is on. Okay, this is on here. Okay.
to the wrong angle, and kills are being found, one after the other. Benkai hiding behind the wall. This is a position that he's been playing time and time again, but does he have the teammates to try and bail him out of it? Bit of a spam angle.
69, nice.
For him, the answer is yes. PRX are coming through with the gun. Still the spike is planned. Line it up for him again, but does he have the teammates to try and
How do they get 2 kills here? Did he just spam for the wall? Or is the wall down?
bail him out of it?
I think Chichu also didn't use Chushu. I don't know how to pronounce it. Doesn't use his Viper Pit because it's a 5v3. But because of that, now 2 players are dead. Did Davai just boost them?
That he's been playing time and time again, but does he have the teammates to try and bail him out of it?
Yeah. They do the ascent peak. And that's how they get 2 kills. That's very smart from Davai. He gets so much value from the walls.
With the gun. Still the spike is planted, but damage more than done with the Resurrect online. It's now the 3v2. Have to play inside of this pit. We'll just spam it out. You might get lucky.
140.
Stray bullets coming through. Chichudo now he's repositioning, moving his way through a tap of the spike. That's going to be, I believe, the pull to offset that.
The pull buys a little bit of time.
Know that nobody's going to be onto this one and still taking the fight once more. Another tap with the smoke in play and
with
what
10 HP, man.
clutch in the end of it.
Yeah, well, nice clutch. Can't really analyze
Final
this.
Inside the Viper's pit.
Just breaking all the rules, isn't he?
Every shot magnetic onto the head from Chichu there. And that, I think, just showcases how strong the ult is too. Doesn't matter if Chichu...
Guys, just remember that streaming doesn't really give you that much money. Unless you go full sellout, but you can only go full sellout if you're already successful. So, if I would have to live only by having the income from Twitch on my level, I could barely support my family. Like, with 500 to 700 viewers, like I can't really tell you because it's under NDA. But my Twitch alone would be barely to support my family. You know? Like, it's not bad money, but it's like the same level as I would be, I don't know, working a retail job. You know? Essentially. Just the Twitch income.
With 10 HP. 1 bullet, I think, was all that he had. Oh, 2 bullets left.
Wreszcie się zjawiłeś. Czekałem tu na ciebie. To twój szczęśliwy dzień. Nie wiem, jak trafiłeś na tę stronę, ale nie będziesz tego na pewno żałować. Zaproszenie na tę stronę wysłałem dokładnie do 45 osób.
Wow.
Jesteś...
Dude, they sent this invitation only to 45 people. Can you imagine how lucky I am? This ad is only being played to 45 people in the entire world. Wow. Wow, man. I am so lucky.
But that is the final bullet in the clip. That again magnetically finds the head.
Dude, but those ads are crazy often, right? On this website. What the fuck?
Kang opens it up and Chichu puts it to bed right now.
It's a very fast round off of largely pretty slow play, but look at this. Orders positioning being gained up B long now by the defenders.
And this is the conditioning.
Special offer just for you, my friend. Exactly.
Because the trap plays, because of the trademark.
Ooh.
Forsaken almost punished there.
Felt very low.
Love this Viper smoke as well. All of the Viper utility being used in combo.
Oh, Mindfreak is fucked. Okay, for seconds within now. Oh, he whiffed. Oh, nice. But the angle is bad for him to trade. The Vi gets a kill, I don't even know where. On double dose.
And those are the kind of fights that EDG winning.
EDG wanted to play default this round, and it was disastrous for them.
Enough to punish them for it. And now PRX have infiltrated everywhere. Jing, Benkai, all the way into the attacker's spawn.
Do streamers earn dollars?
Chaos just being sowed.
Yes.
But that's the way that EDG like it.
You can choose which currency you want to have from Twitch, if I'm not mistaken. But the default is dollars.
Haidong has a timing. Haidong has a timing to be able to get this plant down. And Smoggy could have tried to go aggressive, look for a pick.
This is a very unorthodox plant location as well. Just underneath.
They need to be aggressive in this post plant. Like, they need to get kills before the retake happens. Now they're fucked. Now it's too late. I don't think they were aggressive enough. Actually, never mind. Jing just gives them one. So that they were aggressive by not being aggressive. Interesting. Look, Smoggy had another chance to actually kill them. Like, what the fuck? This is really bad spacing. This is really bad spacing by PRX. They could have got punished so much. It's actually unreal.
This guy is a demon when he's on the stage.
I had questions about Mindfreak's performance from Copenhagen, honestly, Brian. Mindfreak had poor performances at the global level for every LAN that he'd been to before Copenhagen.
They just win the gunfights, but the spacing, like, you guys ask about Liquid, for example, right? This round would have been a very similar case to what we typically see from Liquid, for example. If they don't get the kills here, they get punished by having bad spacing between the players. You know, like that's what typically would have happened here.
More seriously, he was taking his Valorant performance, and I don't think it was a one-off. I think Mindfreak's incredible play towards Copenhagen seems to be replicating itself again in this map.
Oh, that's awesome. Didn't know that this is on the map.
4K in that round.
Like the 10 PCs, man. That's awesome.
A PRX are dragging a lead, kicking and screaming away from EDG. If they're able to put away this anti-eco,
Flash over the top. The spam comes down with the Vandals. PRX, they are going to be winning this one out. The reset at the end. Benkai, we need a bit of help surely from the rest of his team. Down to 15 health. And he is skipping and hopping away, but not quite. Warbang.
And this aggression for PRX got punished. It's 2v2.
The PRX players are flanking instantly on a map this large.
You don't anticipate it. You don't. Timing's been played off, but he has slowed it down. He's not going to be taking the fight to them. Just wants to try and contain.
And a lot of discipline for Forsaken.
Yeah.
They know about one player now, and that's where the Vice strikes.
They can force out these
I like that.
The one-for-one fight. Just being missed. The whiff from the bullets. Chichu. Oh, he wins it. What an important
Bad spacing again, though. Look, why is Forsaken? They know about Forsaken. This is the moment for the lurker to strike. Now Forsaken, don't overheat. You don't die here, you win the round most likely because Sage gets the value. Look, if he just doesn't commit, if he just waits, right? Look where the Sage is. Not tradable.
That's it. The one-for-one fight. Just being missed, a whiff from the bullets.
And it's not the problem that he whiffed. It's the problem that Forsaken overheated. You know? That is the issue. He could ult? Who? KO? KO ulting here gives nothing. Oh, for Sage has ult.
It's
No.
EDG with a thrifty conversion off the back of Chichu clutching once more. Chichu is so comfortable in these clutch positions, but that never should have been given to him. He baited out a swing from Divide and just dodged at the perfect moment to throw him off.
Yeah.
I think we should explore a few solutions.
Grammarly suggestions.
What the fuck? I mean, this ad wasn't even funny, but how the fuck are we getting so many ads on YouTube, man?
Get it, my son. Global stage. Why
Right?
not?
That is like a little bit ridiculous, not gonna lie.
Getting brought to round 22 here, and you still couldn't call it. PRX gathering all of their players up towards mid.
Yeah, I really don't like the prowlers on long B. Like, what the fuck, man? You just literally look. This is so inefficient. I know I'm like grandpa groggy, you know. But look, they just use the dagger, right? They're using the dagger here to land on the pillar, right? Does that land on the pillar?
Still couldn't call it.
Yeah. And they still use the prowler. Before it, like, it's inefficient. They just lost a prowler that they could have just saved, you know?
It's one of the first rounds where they pour players into B.
It's a fast play.
Imagine they had two prowlers.
Still being dropped down. That's going to be a pull to disrupt it once more as they hit a
Woo!
has not been dealt with. Star still being
Where
dropped
does this
down.
land? Ah, top of the wall. Top of the wall here. And the opponents are not prepared for it. And they get easy kills, man. Easy kills. I really like that. That's awesome. But it's like only allowed because the opponents are just they're not prepared for that.
Been dealt with. An easy spray down for Forsaken. The players lit up like a Christmas tree. Nobody's still trying to deal a bit of damage though in the midst of it. See if he can turn the tide of the fight.
Oh, using the best skin.
Smokes are causing a lot of issues for them. Another one popped up just to see. There's a gun in play. That's going to be picked up, but now they know the positioning. But works his way around. That's
Ching just swaps the gun like this. Oh my god, I don't like that.
causing
But
all sorts of mischief in the play. Nobody sprays him. That's 4 kills in it for him now. 18 bullets in the clip. Position going to be revealed. This is a warbangable angle.
The horn didn't reach.
It didn't, but he's still slightly aware. Too many angles to watch for. Device should be favored. 125 health.
yeah, he's fucked.
He knows the positioning of nobody.
Like, if the opponent doesn't overheat, he's fucked.
To play with if nobody thinks he has a moment to unleash it.
He needs to go onto the side at some point, right? So, yeah.
One shot is all it takes for Devi.
And he gets
The prowler is for someone who's holding the angle with operator, but they don't need it. They don't need it because they know that there's no one in that position. You know? Like that's what I was explaining the entire attack half. If you're watching what I explained how they use the KO knife before, and I explained it on Valorant, you would understand.
Manages to do it himself. 12-10 the lead here for PRX. And the fast play. This is one of the first rounds where we've seen EDG go for a fast play.
They only know someone isn't holding aggro, but someone can hold an angle on site. I'm not sure if you're just trolling on purpose or you just don't know. But I like proving people wrong, so I'll show you.
Getting brought to
Look at the range of the prowler.
And you still couldn't call it. PRX
This is the range.
Their players up towards. You still couldn't call it. PRX.
It ends here. This is the range of the prowler. How does this clear anything else than what the KO knife cleared? If the operator is on screens or on site, it doesn't reach him. And you could wait for the dagger to land to use the prowler if someone is close, and if not, then you don't use the prowler at all. The prowler is literally a waste if it's used before the KO knife.
Gathering all of Had the read.
Just a slight miss on that protocol, I think, of who should be destroying the utility that comes through. But again, another fast play is being made. That's a nightfall.
Wait.
Protocol, I think, of who should be destroying the utility that comes through. But again, another fast.
What is wrong with those teams, man? Both of them are using the Fade ultimate as a fake. You guys remember how I explained the way that PRX used the Fade ultimate to cover like this area? This would have been perfect for this mid push. That's literally what I said about what I disliked about PRX Fade ultimate, and EDG uses a different ultimate that would be best if they use the PRX ultimate because they do the push from mid. Like it's the other way around, bro. You know, it's the other way around. Like, what the fuck, man? That is so awkward. Like, imagine if they would use the ultimate now, like literally the way that PRX was using it for early control of art and early control of A main, and then the Fade just pushes in here while the majority of the players are just pushing art and punishing those players. That is so fucking awkward, man. I don't get it.
It's counter play as well. It is a fake. There's not too many players. Bit of whiffage in play at the end of the day. It's Edward Gaming who are coming out on top. But now they have to deal with this one. Penkai. Oh my goodness, they just about see him. Either his feet giving him away or what, I'm not too sure. Down to Mind Freak, and this guy has been capable of real scenes before. But
there's no way he clutches a 1v3, right? But I remember that this map ended 13-10.
They've left Chichu here to cut off the rotate.
They're going to be hearing this.
But what happens in a 1v3 is that Mind Freak is actually
What
given this
the?
opportunity.
There's no way he's winning this. What?
He's aware that somebody could still be lingering. Doesn't.
Okay, never mind.
Doesn't even
Had to
think
be.
about it.
Okay, then my memory played me. I was like, what the fuck?
11-12.
I will say the exact same thing later. Thanks just for stealing my takes, man. Yo, Mr. Irony, thank you much for the 25 months. Welcome back, sir. Thank you so much for the ongoing support, broski. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, just to explain you guys what I'm complaining about. Essentially, we have seen PRX use this ultimate at the beginning of the round. Like this. You know? Actually more to the right. Like this. So essentially, the idea of this is to control early pushes. Because the players from art are typically peeking over here. Why is this a fucking line? I want it to be just to draw. What the fuck is going on? What? Am I stupid or something? Have to be. Anyway. Let me delete this and I'll just use this. Alright, so essentially players from art want to peek after like in front of the barrier to have the control of a B-link with utility, like with daggers and shit, right? And then this Fade ult guarantees that are being hit and they cannot hear the push from mid. And typically players from double doors are not pushing because there's the trap here from the chamber. So no one is playing aggressive double doors, which allows the players from mid to have a silent entry because those people can't hear shit, right? So you push with your majority of the forces from mid towards art because of this ultimate. And then the Fade just goes in here and uses the Prowlers to clear the angles that could have been avoided. Because if a player starts off the barrier, he can be faster here without being spotted by the ult. So he can dodge it. So that's where you Prowler here as well, even if you don't hit. But the thing is, when PRX was using this ultimate, they actually had like 4 players. They actually had 4 players here. Instead of like 3 players here and 1 player here. So it all got fucked. And now we see literally the opponents using the strat that I just explained, but they use the ultimate like this, like literally like this. So it doesn't cover anything in art, and it just fakes an A push. And this is why the defending Fade uses the ultimate like this to stop the potential push. But that is really like just awkward, because both teams don't gain almost anything from the ults, while the attackers could benefit so much from the ultimate, you know? Like, it's just awkward. That's why I'm a little bit upset, because there's not much efficiency being used for those ultimates from Fade, when the reality is Fade's ultimate is insanely efficient at creating pressure, you know?
And it knocks the PRX economy back down onto a rough buy. Look at how this one played out. They faked the Nightfall into A. Counter Nightfall comes out as well. And PRX decide to push into mid, anticipate. There can't be that many players in mid if they're Nightfalling A. And instead, everyone from EDG is ready to collect the crunch. What a massive advantage EDG have in this final round. Big ultimates online, huge economic advantage. This should be an OT map.
It really should.
All right, let's see.
Expectations out the window, I think, for where we thought the map.
Oh, he missed. He missed.
Not many people, I think,
See this? That's what I was talking about. Look at the KO dagger. He missed the what's its name? The orb, by the way. He didn't find it. See this here? I wonder if you can hide here in this corner while being crouched. There's a chance for that. But then they also threw the grenade there. Did the person that was trying to prove me wrong about the Prowler say anything after that? No.
Not many people, I think, would have predicted Pearl as our opener.
Not at all.
Total Force going to be unleashed.
I think it clips you. There's a very high chance that your head gets cut off. But it's just interesting to see, you know? But they still clear it with a fragment, you know?
Telling the rest of his team to fake with the Haunt over towards B and actually bring their players back. Look at how aggressive PRX are.
Am I doing a full best of 3? Nah. Just doing the Pearl.
I mean, he doesn't.
I'm definitely not gonna do Haven when they played fucking Reyna.
Right in their faces, a fight being taken, and of course your favorite there with a stinger. Bit of an exchange of weapons as well onto the ground. That's going to be an upgrade for
Oh, he missed. Unlucky.
There with the C's, but at the end of the day, they do have that positioning, and time is running so low now. Down to 40 seconds.
And look how PRX go from being extremely aggressive up in mid to abandoning it completely. They can play with the time, with the player advantage. And EDG have to worry about all of these spots. They had everything to bring this to OT, and suddenly it looks like it's slipping away from them.
Just turned on its head, it feels like, but with the Viper spit down, there is a potential
Oh, Jesus. He took the shots.
Jaki jest problem z inflacją? Załóżmy, że
Yeah, what is the problem with the inflation?
100 000 złotych oszczędności.
What the fuck? 100k saves.
Najczęściej trzyma pieniądze albo na lokacie bankowej, która oprocentowana jest na 0,5
Yo, camera is here, bro.
lub w przysłowiowej skarpecie. Jeżeli nic się z tym nie zrobi, to w perspektywie 5 lat dosłownie tak jakby 30 000 odfrunęło.
What the fuck? 30% of the cash just goes away if they do nothing with the money, man. Also, guys, if you ever try to make a fucking scam ad like those people do, right? Okay, use a fucking good mic. You sound like a moron. Like it's actually tragic how bad the audio of this ad is. Fuck me, man. Fuck off.
Tap of the spike, but time is running so low on top of this and forsaking that tour de force from earlier. Well, it's coming in handy. Spike dropped outside of the pit. You can pick it up, you can try and plan it, but your position, it is known absolutely everywhere. And there is not enough time on the clock. You have secured yourself in quite a pickle, young man. 13-11, that is a scoreline, and Benka, I can't believe it.
It is PRX that managed to come away with the win.
But I'll be honest with you guys. I feel like EDG threw so many rounds by overheating, but so did PRX. But in general, like both teams played inefficient. It was very entertaining to watch, for sure, live. But from a like analysis perspective, I really didn't like it. There were some nice ideas. I think the most memorable one will be the KO grenade with the dagger. Like that be clear on long is actually awesome combined with the Viper wall. I think that's a great plan. Something that we'll probably see more if someone is playing KO Viper or just KO smokes, you know. That is actually a nice way of clearing B main. But I feel like the fade was completely underutilized by both teams. Like it's actually crazy to me when you think about it, right? Because It's like using the Breach ultimate to not follow it up. You know? EDG had a sub as well. So I know that they say it's a sub, and I have the perspective that it's a sub as well, but I'm actually not certain if he is a sub, like fully, because they have a 7-man roster anyway, right? But yes, if Pell, for example, was being trained without the guy and with Life in the first place, they definitely didn't look as they should. Like the same way that Fnatic and FPX didn't look good on the previous Masters, right? Previous Masters, because they played with subs. You know? Even as a sub, Duda has lineups. Yeah, right? So he did practice for sure. They did some prep with him. So yeah. I would say that they looked, but they still looked, in my eyes, pretty decent for their first LAN appearance. So I like that. I really like that.